Hey guys, after I uploaded the video about the red light citations, I came across a news clip saying that there has been a halt on tickets, fines, citation payments. If I understood correctly, it is due to TIF not having performed any yearly audits as required by law.
History Month, and I've always said, women rule the world. Yeah, women rule the world. And
I think she was attempting to say women rule the world. Only Tiff can butcher words this miserably. She has such a talent for it. How do you not hear what's coming out of your mouth and correct yourself? Insane. What did you think she was trying to say? Leave a comment below. Before we get into the news clip, let's look at some highlights.
Can you close the door, please?
We're gonna let you in 1 second. Just give us 1 minute. Give us 1 minute. Yeah, y'all did. So I won't be gone because we're gonna let the seniors in so they can see you.
All you people care about is readers and making money off of her. She's a human!
Hello everyone, my name is Belinda Williams and I've been a resident of South Holland for almost 30 years. I cannot believe there's so many people out there trying to crucify Tiffany, and she is so wonderful. I am an accountant.
What you don't realize is that
Tiffany
Brittany's making you all this money and all you do is write a bunch of crap about her.
I'm listening to these people out here and it saddens me that everybody want to crucify you. It's like everybody got horns. This lady is so wonderful. I don't see her doing anything wrong. And believe me, if they knew something, they'd bring it out. They only have assumptions.
Give me more for a reason because all you people want is more. Leave her alone. You're lucky she even performed for you bastards. Leave
Tiffany
me alone. Please.
Lawn care service and the food service is something that I need, and she is wonderful.
Leave
Tiffany.
me alone. Please.
Seeing this in the township meeting really blew me away. For someone to blindly support Tiffany because of grass and bingo, Thornton Township, you're in trouble. Next, I wanted to highlight specifically what Carlisle says at the meeting the other night. You see, there was a time when Tiffany referred to Carmen as her sister. It is rather fascinating that things have broken down so miserably between them. So when I heard Carmen say this, I definitely gained a little more respect for her. Allegedly, in Minecraft, it was rumored that Carmen and Keith Freeman were very close friends. Naturally, it seemed coincidental that when the relationship dissipated between Tiff and Keith, so did her relationship with Carmen. Let's have a look and pay close attention to the people behind Carmen.
It's not about what it is, but you say things, and one thing I've always been is kind to you, and I'm going to always continue to be kind to you because that's who God is, right? But I will say this, yes, I did work for administration. I was her assistant for over 2.5 years, and I sit here and I believe the process. Let me tell you exactly why I don't trust the process since we talked about it. I didn't ask questions. I worked as your assistant. I saw a lot, heard a lot. But the thing and the question is, you walk around as if you don't do anything, you don't make any decisions. And the first time I ever really questioned supporting this is when you went on this national platform and you said you didn't know anything about a foundation. But you forget that I was in certain rooms when certain things happened. And, again, I always try to be tactful because, again, I don't like going back and forth. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like all this. But I don't like to feel like I'm being lied on. I don't like to feel like, we're not telling the truth. And the reason I don't support you is because you were not honest about that foundation. I was in the room when it started, and then you came to my house after that unannounced and tried to get me to say somebody else started that foundation that did it. And so again, Again, and I'm saying this for the record. Again, so you're trying to say anything about me not supporting you for somebody else. I don't support you because of you. I don't support you because, again, you act like you don't make decisions. You made every decision, you know, and maybe you didn't execute it, but I was there. I was your assistant for 2 years. So you sit up here week after week, you sit up here month after month and pretending like, and I've been kind to you. I've been patient, and I'm going to continue to be that way, you know, but, you know, for you to get up here and say, I'm not supporting you any other reason because of you, it's wrong, because I don't support you because of you. Not for Keith Freeman, not for anybody else. I don't support you because you're not an honest person. You're not an honest person.
Yes. At the end of the day, I'm not going to take the bait because I can say so much stuff and just tarnish you right now. But I'm not going to treat you that way. At the end of the day, the truth will be the truth and the truth will come out. So you ain't going to say people said this, did this. You know what it is. You know exactly who did what. And I hate that people hold your lips like this and you get up here and you act like a whole different person. It saddens my heart to just see you act the way you're acting right now. But right now, we here on business. If you want to have a little cat fight, hold on. You out of order. If you want to have a little cat fight, back them. Right now, that's how the business. The agenda.
While Carmen was speaking, I was looking at everyone behind her reactions, since they are all Tiffany's support system. Pay specific attention to Leotis there in the right-hand corner, and to me, his reaction is very telling.
Foundation that did it. And so again, and I'm saying this for the record. Again, so you're trying to say anything about me not supporting you for somebody else. I don't support you because.
And now finally, let's get into the news clips that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. All I know is that Tiffany's circle is getting smaller and smaller.
Some breaking news out of suburban Dolton.
And this comes just days after the trustees terminated the deputy police chief. Now the mayor of the village, Tiffany Henyard, has appointed him to a new position. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has reaction on today's announcement.
Good evening. An illegal appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps. Now, it was last Monday that Deputy Dolton Police Chief Louis Lacey was put on administrative leave by the Dolton Village Board. Trustees say he returned to work the next day and was later fired for insubordination. Then today, trustees say they got word that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trustees voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn into the position. Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago.
I very vaguely remember that Lacey wasn't able to pass some state exam allowing him to be chief, which is why he was acting chief all this time. During Lori Lightfoot's report meeting, the trustees talked about putting a hiring freeze in place, which they were unable to get onto the agenda last time. They said it would go on the next one. Tiff clearly wanted to hurry up and get this man in so she could squeeze Dolton dry. Only then can she take Leotis and his Newports and disappear.
Not been sworn into the position. Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago. He was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud charges. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors to avoid paying more than $40,000 in a lawsuit settlement.
Well, Mr. Lacey is absolutely not guilty of all 9 counts. I believe he's cooperating. And if you cooperate, you have to admit your guilt first.
And happening here tonight.
So, Lacey is not guilty of all 9 charges, but he is in fact guilty of some, right? In order to cooperate, you have to admit your guilt first. After Lacey just went and plead not guilty. What is a comment about cooperating supposed to mean? Has Lacey pulled a Freeman? Because if he has, I can't say I wouldn't be happy. Although, after all Lacey has done, he deserves a book to be thrown at him.
Admit your guilt first.
And happening here tonight in South Holland, a special meeting called by the Thornton Township Board of Trustees. They have a number of items on the agenda looking to curtail spending that they say is being done by Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who is also township supervisor. We should also mention that the township is now into its new fiscal year and still without a budget. Reporting from South Holland, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Regina, thank you very much. And there are more.
Now, here's where we get into the citations fees being stopped from going into Dolton's general fund account. I do believe that the comptroller, Susana Mendoza, had put this in motion since Tiffany has failed doing the required yearly audits. Since 2021, nothing has been done, Why so late?
Regina, thank you very much. And there are more money troubles tonight for the village of Dolton. Illinois Comptroller Susana Mendoza has stopped what are called offset fund payments in the south suburb. She says Mayor Tiffany Henyard's administration has not submitted required financial reports to her office. As a result, payments from those who owe traffic fines and parking tickets and other municipal dollars have been halted. A recent investigation found Dolton is more than $3.5 million in debt.
Son, somebody going to jail.
You gotta make it. You gotta persevere. Because everything that came your way, you never folded. You didn't fold. You just activated that big dog. You activated that big dog because you're ready for war. Turn them up, George. You ready for war?
I think this wonderfully explains the Henyard rhetoric and verbiage. Now we know where it comes from.
Turn them up, George. You ready for war? You're not afraid to let God fight your battles. You don't care about what he say, she say. You don't care about taking 1,000 losses because you get back up. You built different and they see you. Turn them up, George. They see you. That's why you got to keep a hater or two. Because somebody got to watch you win. Respectfully, big dog.
How many of the people you're actually fighting to try to help, how many of them are willing to go above and beyond to destroy you?
I'm a woman, but guess what? I'm a pit in the skirt. Understand that when I say that. And I'm not going to take no mess from nobody. I mean that. So y'all better come a little harder than that because y'all trying to drag my name. It ain't going to work. At the end of the day, I keep telling y'all going to put some respect on my name. I earned my seat.
There are so many posts like that the super mayor shares. It gives some great insight into her mindset and the victim mentality that she has, in my opinion anyways. Let's have a look at another news clip that gives just a little more information.
Several new developments in south suburban Dolton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports. That was just today. The comptroller says that she's concerned following our reporting on allegations of mismanagement in Dolton. The decision means that the village won't receive $135,000 this year that the state usually transfers to communities for unpaid traffic, parking citations, and other judgments. And that's not all that's happening in Dolton today.
Now this is hilarious. The little cat and mouse game, calling this entire meeting. It is all absurd and childish. Asking officers to comply, as if to invite them to break the law with them. I have never seen such fuckery in my life.
Are you in charge? Who's in charge?
And a power struggle is also playing out.
It's a police standoff, but it's unlike any you've seen. It's unclear exactly who is running the police department and the rest of the village as Mayor Tiffany Henyard struggles to show that she's still in control. Ben Bradley continues his exclusive reporting from Dolton.
Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman?
Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard tried to fire her top aide last week, but was met with silence from trustees who refused to vote on the termination.
This what y'all say about the person. Y'all say he's never at work, he'll do his job. Is this what y'all say? So what we doing, guys?
The standoff is surprising given that trustees once despised Village Administrator Keith Freeman for helping Henyard run the show in Dolton and Thornton Township, but he's now cooperating with trustees investigating Henyard's spending.
I had trouble following it as well, but now Keith Freeman is cooperating, doing what he should have been done in the first place.
Cooperating with trustees.
With the trustees, absolutely, doing his job.
Right. Why wouldn't the trustees keep Freeman to use against Tiffany? The flip has guilty written all over it. Besides, they're saving Dolton from another lawsuit they cannot afford.
Doing his job.
That leads us back here to the steps of the Dolton Police Department. Trustees tried to fire Henyard's hand-picked acting police chief, Louis Lacey, after their investigation found he collected $200,000 in overtime that they say he wasn't entitled to. Mayor Henyard wasn't having it. She insists Lacey is still the village's top cop.
Dolton police officers and commanders received an email summoning them to a mandatory meeting with Mayor Henyard and Chief Lacey. Soon after, Freeman fired off a reply that read, "Louis Lacey is no longer employed by the village of Dolton. Mr. Lacey is not allowed in any spaces reserved for employees without an escort."
We'd like to talk to you about whether you're still running things here in Dolton.
Lacy arrived for the hastily called meeting, but sat in his souped-up Dodge Durango.
I think we're in a standoff.
As the minutes ticked by, Lacy drove around looking for a way into the station.
So somebody closed the garage on the acting chief, and now he's pulling away.
Then it was time to play hide and seek with Mayor Henyard as she circled the station looking to avoid our cameras and questions.
For more than a half an hour now, we've been playing this cat and mouse game with the acting police chief and now Mayor Henyard.
Lacy later returned, but still wasn't talking.
Are you in charge? Who's in charge?
I also realize the irony that I am myself a mole.
WGN Investigates obtained video of Henyard telling police commanders this afternoon she and Lacy are still running things.
Keith Freeman do not work here, he's fired. So stop playing these silly games, Board of Trustees, and putting people's lives in jeopardy.
Do what you want. But anything after this is insubordination.
Mole, 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 mole.
Mayor Henyard is now trying to pin the blame for more than $100,000 in questionable spending on first-class air travel, luxury hotels, meals, and more on her once trusted aide, Keith Freeman. But remember, Henyard frequently reminds her critics she's the boss.
I'm going to remember this, because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day-to-day, the mayor does.
Both Freeman and acting police chief Lacy are facing pressure to cooperate in the ongoing federal investigation after prosecutors charged both of them with bankruptcy fraud in separate cases. As the power play plays out, it's residents who suffer. Many voice their frustrations at the most recent village board meeting.
What about us? What about our fears? What about our tax dollars? I wish the FBI is around the corner so they can come and raid this place, because all of y'all deserve to go to jail.
In Dolton, Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
Dolton trustees tell ABC7 they'll move to fire Deputy Chief Louis Lacy at the next village board meeting after they say he violated the terms of his administrative leave. But that's not stopping Lacy and Dolton's mayor from asserting his authority.
One more time for good measure. Someone shut the garage on Lacy and secretly filmed this little meeting. It is crumbling.
In this video obtained by ABC7, Lacy and Mayor Tiffany Henyard are heard telling officers who's in charge.
Now, from this point on, do what you want. But anything after this is insubordination.
The same day, the 61-year-old deputy chief appeared in federal court, pleading not guilty to bankruptcy fraud and perjury charges. A judge ordering Lacy to hand over his firearms and FOID card.
For a chief to act this way is a terrible example to his city. You want people to follow the law, not defy it like
firearms
he is.
And FOID card.
He is the acting chief in the village of Dolton. He is a police officer, and he does need his firearm in case something happens on the street and that puts him in danger.
Last week, the Dolton Village Board voted to place Lacy on administrative leave, but that hasn't stopped him from showing up to work. And now trustees say they'll move to fire him at the next board meeting. Last week, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot released findings of an investigation showing the village millions of dollars in the red after having millions in surplus when Henyard took office. Now, Illinois Comptroller Susana Mendoza is suspending some payments to the village, blaming Henyard's failure to submit 2 years' worth of financial reports. In a statement, Dolton trustees say they'll demand that the village's finance department submit all required paperwork to the state. Mayor Henyard has repeatedly declined ABC7's request for comment.
Of course, she won't comment. Henyard is out there living her best life on delusions and the taxpayers' dollars. Next, I wanted to give you a little bit of insight where money has gone.
Dolton, where you at? Dolton, come out and play. That part. They turn around. Look, they come to play. As Riley said, they come to slay. Woo! What's up, Commander Riley? Yeah, what's up, Chief Lacy? Yeah, y'all see them, they got horses out here. Just what the song I go. I'ma take my on the right till I can't no more. Hey, I got the horses in the parking lot. Yeah, this is what we about to do. Hey, Medina. Yeah, so Dawn about to show up and show out. Hey, Dawn, we about to start. I got to walk our way down there, but I want to kind of just show y'all because I was excited. And I want to show y'all that we came to show up and show out for y'all. I need y'all to show up at the location right there by Thorn Ridge off 154th and Cottage Grove. We about to start our parade. The festivities will keep going until 8 p.m. tonight. We got a whole show for you guys. We got a ton of events. Bring the babies. You know I am family oriented. I care about unity amongst community. Any community can come and join us and have some fun. But stop listening to that hate stuff. Y'all need positivity in life. And always remember, lead with love.
As y'all say, lead with love. Hoodwink, bamboozle, man, straight. Y'all let people do that to y'all, right?